Your body is made to stay lean, muscular, healthy, sexy, and relaxed. Hello, everyone. You are listening to KPCRadio.com. Welcome to Living the Good Life, the only show in the San Fernando Valley that contains no trans fat and is all about the benefits of staying active and eating healthy. Today is Monday, April 17, and I am your host, Yadira Gonzalez. Servando Dominguez is a personal trainer who owns his fitness studio in Tarzana. He works all around the valley, and today we're going to talk to him and learn about his career and how he has helped so many people change and improve their life. Thank you so much, Servando, for being my guest today on Living the Good Life. How are you?
I'm very good, Jadira. Thank you.
Great. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Mexico City, and I came here when I was 15.
Oh, nice. And after that, you've been here in the valley living
Pretty
your whole life?
much, yeah. I mean, I've only visited other places, but I always have lived around the valley, yeah.
In the valley, great. So tell me, since when have you been interested in fitness?
Well, since I was in Mexico when I was little, the only thing that I wanted to do was play football, and I couldn't play football because in Mexico there's not a lot of football teams. American football, not soccer. So ever since I was little, I was always into physical activity, you know. So, and then eventually just became a career.
So is that what made your passion grow? Just thinking of, like, was it the football team that you wanted to join? Is that what made you join this?
In a way, yeah. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to play football because it was fun. I love to watch it, and I love to play with my friends. But I had every little kid has a dream to become something. And I wanted to be a professional football player. So then when I came to the U.S., and it was easy for me to do it because you go to high school and then they have a team, and even though I didn't speak any English at the time, I just knew that I wanted to be part of the team. So I did it, and then through the team, that's when I came into closer contact with physical activity. Working out, sweating, and being sore, and all that stuff.
So you did join the football team in
Yeah,
high school?
I actually played for Canoga Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What high school? Oh, Canoga.
Yeah, Canoga Park.
Oh, okay. And how old were you when you came to this country?
15.
15. And when you were smaller, was there any other sport that you were interested in other than football?
It was just football when I was little. And then as I grew older, I got more into soccer. So.
Okay, right. Because in Mexico, it's like very common, right? Usually
right.
Soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you watch it as well, or is it just something that you like to do at that time? Are you a fan of football? Any teams?
I was a fan of football. Now I'm not really that much. I don't follow it that much. I follow more soccer. But I was really into football. My favorite team at the time was the Buffalo Bills because it was in the 90s, and they were going to the Super Bowls a lot, even though they lost a bunch of them.
Okay.
But they were my favorite team at the time.
And what soccer team do you like now?
Right now, I'm a huge fan of Tottenham Hotspur, which is an English team.
An English, okay.
Yeah, they're second place right now.
That's a good league, right? So how many years exactly have you been doing this?
As a personal trainer, I actually will be 12 years this November.
12 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
How did it all start here? How did you...
It's okay. So it started in a way that I didn't want it. I never thought that I was going to be a personal trainer. At the time I was working at Target. I was going to school at CSUN, and at the time I was at Target, and then it was CSUN. I was working at Sherman Oaks, so there was Valley Total Fitness, which was in Chatsworth, near the area, and it was way closer for me to go to Bally's and work there than Target. So when I put my application in, the director of fitness saw that I had a lot of experience in fitness. I took kinesiology, anatomy, all those classes. And she asked me if I wanted to be a personal trainer. And I was like, well, okay, I never thought about that, but if you think I can do it, I thought that you have to have a degree or anything like that. And she said basically, well, you go through, it's called fundamentals. So you learn how to become a personal trainer, but you already have a lot of the background for the personal trainer, for all the classes that I took. So I gave it a try. And what was interesting is I kind of fell in love with it because my aim was to go to school to get a degree and to move into a law school because I wanted to become a lawyer. But when I started training people, it was just like an immediate gratification from it. Because you get a person that needs help, that wants to do things, and then you help them do it, and it's that gratitude that I've never felt before. I used to work at Target. I used to work at the returns and exchanges. Nobody's grateful for you being there. Actually, they're actually pretty pissed off at you because you tell them no. They're like, no, you can't return this, dude. It's open or whatever. And so it was like a night and day. It's like they were happy to see me. They were glad I was there. They thanked me. They would send me this random phone calls or messages or emails. Back in the day, it wasn't so much text message, but they will say like, "Oh, thank you for doing this," or "Oh, I'm happy because now I can do this." Like little things really add up to it, and that's how it started. Eventually, I finished my degree, I graduated, and then I just stuck with it because it was just so much fun.
So you were getting these gratitudes while you were working at Valley? Was that?
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like, okay, so some of the people that need a personal trainer, they need it for themselves more than anything else. Very few people do it for health reasons. Health is like, we all know that we need to take care of ourselves, right? But very few people will say, oh, okay, I'm going to go to a trainer because my cholesterol is high. They do it because there's something bothering them about themselves. Like either they don't feel good, their clothes don't fit anymore, they hate how they look in mirrors, in pictures. That's the real trigger. That's why people get a trainer. And one of the memories that I have of a very specific gratitude one, or an example, is one of my clients. She said, you know what? Now, after I lost the weight and I started working out and I feel, toner, thinner, I feel sexy again. I feel sexy. I feel naked. No, what did she say? I feel sexy naked again, which is a huge thing, because if a person doesn't feel comfortable with their body, it reflects into everything else that they do. When they work, when they talk to people. So if a person can become more comfortable with themselves, it's a huge thing, and I could see it, with themselves. So that was what I mean. That's one example.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So I was gonna ask you that too later on, but so pretty much the majority of people come to you because they want to physically look good instead of feeling good, right? It's not really for health reasons, but for physical.
Yeah, I mean, the health reason is definitely one, but we all know that eating burgers is bad. Hot dogs, who knows what's in it? Soda, alcohol, that stuff. But it's we see ourselves all the time, and right now with the way social media is, the way that everything is about looks and it's about selfies and stuff like that, we're all very self-conscious of how we look and how the people perceive us. So that's the biggest one, is how you feel about yourself. It's not so much of what people say about you, it's how you see yourself with a reflection of you, like a mirror, like your clothes, like pictures, like videos of you. So if that person needs to feel more confident, that's usually what they do. They say, okay, I'm going to lose weight. They try to lose weight. They can't do it because it's not easy. They try to go to the gym, and they can't. The people that go to the gym by themselves, it's a very small percentage of people because they enjoy it. But everybody else don't like it. So then they get somebody else to help them with it, and that's basically that's where I come in. Is when a person wants to feel and look better, and they need some help because they know that they can't do it by themselves.
And that's when you come in.
That's exactly when I come in. Yes.
All right. So what type of workouts are performed by you, or what you teach actually?
The type of workout that I would be under categories wise will be considered a HIIT workout, which is HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. And I prefer that type of training because research keeps showing that a short workout is way more effective in stimulating muscle growth and burning fat than a long, steady aerobic workout. Kind of like doing a walk or going jogging for an hour and a half. Instead of that, you do a short workout of 25, 30 minutes that involves a high level of intensity for specific muscle groups. So that shows, over a ton of research that is just way better for anybody that's trying to burn fat and build muscle.
So is it like those type of videos that they show on TV, and when they teach you how to do the movements and you can do them, like you don't have to be moving around too much or using any equipment? Do you use any like gym stuff, like
No,
weights and stuff like that?
yeah, you do use the equipment because it's easier. Like for example, to do some type of motion, like for a machine, you do the machines. Basically, the high interval intensity training, it comes down to the level of oxygen that your body has. So for example, when you work out, you do, let's say, push-ups, right? And you start doing push-ups, and then your arms start to hurt, to burn. That's usually how it's known, right? You feel the burn of your muscles. Well, in actuality, it's not burning anything. It's just lack of oxygen. So when there's no oxygen in the muscles, the body has to recreate the oxygen. It has to create it because oxygen is the only thing that moves the muscle. So it goes through a system that's called ATP, and that releases lactic acid. That's what hurts. It's the lack of oxygen and the lactic acid being released into the muscle. So the whole purpose of the workout is to get rid of the oxygen that's in your body by doing it high intensity type of training, meaning there's no breaks. There's very little rest. You don't have to lift a lot. You just have to do it intensely. For example, you do push-ups, then you do squats, then you do push-ups again, then you do pull-ups, then you do something else. But as you can imagine, going from one to the other, you're going to be like,
Right.
And that's the lack of oxygen. And that's what we want to create in the muscles. So that's the type of training that I mainly do.
You want to be able to get people into doing one workout after the other without like being out of breath, just having that, or what makes us have no oxygen, like you were saying about that?
It's the oxygen is being used by the movement of the muscle. So just like the gas in the car, when you press the gas, it uses the fuel that's inside. Our fuel is the oxygen. It's food, but in a way, what gets us tired is not because we run out of food. It's not like we run out of carbohydrates or proteins or fats at the moment. That comes later when you recover muscle. But at the moment when you're pushing, when you're creating a contraction in the muscle, it's oxygen that's contracting it. So in a way, the fuel, the gas for our body is oxygen. So then what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to that level. So there's a threshold, basically, that if you pass that threshold, you stimulate muscle growth at the same time as you stimulate fat burn. That threshold can only be achieved when you reduce oxygen in the body. So for example, if you were to look at me and you say, okay, I have 100% oxygen right now, right? And then I start exercising, then it goes to 80. Then it goes to 70. What we want to keep the oxygen low, because what we're trying to create is that ATP in the muscle, because that's the one that creates the bigger muscles and it in turn burns the most fat. So
what is ATP?
ATP is the process that the body goes through in order to create oxygen, because the only way we get oxygen is through breathing, right? But when you're doing push-ups, you go. The reason for that is because you need more oxygen. But there's a point where even as much as you can, you try to breathe, when you inhale, the air has to go through your lungs, and then it gets transformed, and then it goes through your heart, and then the heart pushes the oxygen into the blood and then into the muscle. So it takes a while. That's why when you, like, let's say I tell you right now, okay, run 50 yards, 100 yards. At the end of it, you're going to be like, right? And then it's going to take some minutes until you can recover. So that's one way to get oxygen into your body again. ATP is the second one that's done in the muscle. That's the one that hurts. That's the one that creates that burning sensation. And in turn, when you create that burning sensation, what you're doing is you're tearing down muscle, and that's basically telling your body, I need bigger muscles, I need faster muscles, I need longer muscles. And that's why your body creates those muscles in the future.
That's when muscles start growing. So
yeah, I mean, it's more complicated than what it sounds. I get a lot of people saying, oh, you're a personal trainer, oh, that's an easy job. And it's like, it's not really easy, because you need to know exactly how are you going to get a person that either has worked out all his life, right, and for whatever reason, stop working out, and getting them back in shape. And how, and in contrast, how are you going to get somebody that's never worked out in their life and they're injured in shape? So it's like it's basically like a puzzle. Like somebody just throws a person and they're all in pieces. So my job is to find out what are we going to start with. Like, am I going to create the outline? Am I going to go for the face first? It's just an example, like doing a puzzle.
Right.
That's usually what you do. Do you go for the easiest stuff? Do you go for the hard stuff? It's really kind of like finding what the best thing that is for them to get them to basically build more muscle and burn fat. That's what everybody wants to do, and the only way to do that is to get rid of the oxygen in the body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to start off by, I mean, you focus on a certain area, like when people come to you, or is it just in general all the body? Like just say, or they like if they want more, I don't know, leg muscle, or
Right.
Is it a different kind of situation, or you
That's
focus?
that's actually a very interesting question because they come and they ask, okay, I want my belly fat gone. I want to get rid of my bad wings. You know what those are?
No, actually, what are they? Oh, okay.
That's what they call it. The fat in the back of the arm.
You said
Bad wings.
Bad wings. Oh, it's funny. My friend yesterday was just saying that.
Yeah, that's what they are. And they say, okay, I want to get rid of that, right? So I know that the only way to get rid of overall body fat is through it. The smartest and fastest way to do it is to utilize the whole body because it burns more fat that way, right? Instead of just doing one tiny area, we force the whole body to do it. But I understand that they need that immediate and that result oriented, because they're paying, they're spending their time and their money, so they also need to feel that. So I understand that. So basically, their workouts are in a way that I know is going to help them in the long run, but also focusing on the areas that they want to focus on, because that's the one that's going to make them feel good. And confidence, it's a huge part of what I do. It's giving them that confidence to be able to say, yeah, I look good today. Oh yeah, this is this is good. I like this. Grabbing their arms, or just if if you pull up your arm and you say and you wave hello, the less wiggle, right, the better it is. If that's what they're focused on, that's fine. We can definitely work with that.
Okay, great. I wanted to ask you earlier, how did you go from wanting to be you said a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
To being a personal trainer. Tell me about that.
It's actually it had a lot to do with two professors at school. I cannot recall their names, but one was a philosophy professor and the other one was a psychology professor. The psychology professor, he was also a lawyer. Actually, they were both lawyers. Yeah, they were actually both lawyers. But they were not enforcing any law. They were doing psychology, and the other one was doing philosophy at a school. And the one that the professor that was doing the philosophy, I had a good relationship with him. And I told him it was my last year at season, I think. And I told him, okay, I'm getting ready to take the LSAT. You went to law school. Do you have any tips or anything like that? And right off the bat, he said, law is not for you. And I said, what do you mean? You don't think I can do it? Like, I was a little pissed off, actually. And he says, no. It's just your personality is not law. I mean, you can try to do it. I understand that that's the whole dream that you have. But, it's just go and test it out. Like, take a couple pre-law classes. Go to court, talk to some lawyers, and get the actual feel of what it is to be a lawyer. Don't go by the TV, I don't know, idea or mentality. So I did that. I took a pre-law class that was a mock trial type of thing, and that was fun. That was really fun because you get to prepare for a for a trial.
Okay.
You do arguments, you do research. So that was fun, right? Then I went to talk to some lawyers and I asked them, oh, so what do you like doing trials? And he's like, dude, I don't do trials. It's like most of my work is just paperwork. And it's, we actually don't want to do trials because it takes more time, it takes more money for the client. It doesn't work out. We have to travel. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. It's like, I hate to be sitting down in an office all day. I couldn't do it, at least me personally wise. And that's exactly what the teacher told me, because when I went back to him and I said, well, I did talk to some people, I did, I'm taking that class. And he said, so do you see yourself, spending 50, 60 hours doing research for a case and then writing arguments and writing it down? And one of the things that I remember is I could never get a freaking A in a philosophy class. And he said, look, being a lawyer is a lot like philosophy, like writing for philosophies, like the arguments and the way that you write your papers, it's very similar to it. Now you're good at it, like in a way that your thought process, but unfortunately, language-wise, your ideas are not presented on paper. So I just don't think that it's gonna be the most fulfilling. He said the most fulfilling career for you. And at the time, I was like, who cares about fulfilling? I just want to make money. Like I want to have the status. I want to have I want to have the car. I want to have the house. I want to have the lawyer name and all this stuff, right? And that's at the same time that I started doing the training. So then I could see kind of what he meant. And being personal trainer, yeah, it doesn't have the same glamour or the same money making thing as being a lawyer, but it's pretty chill,
right. What is the best thing about being a personal trainer, or the benefits? What would you say?
The best thing about being a personal trainer, without a doubt, is that a person that's a personal trainer likes to work out. So you're already at work, so you can work out whenever. So that's kind of that one. It has a lot of actually, but the other one is also that the people that you work with are happy to see you every time, every day. Like you are, you are kind of like a highlight in their day if you make it that way. Like I've always, in my practice, I've always made it an effort for whoever comes to see me to be better or feel better by the end of it. And it's either through workout, because I know working out makes a person feel better because it releases endorphins and makes them feel more energetic. So I already know working out is going to do that. But personally wise, I want them to feel good about themselves, either by making them laugh, by talking about themselves, like, how was your day? How's it going? It's like little stuff like that. That is really, and it's so interesting to learn the lives of other people. It's insane what the life of other people have done. Like I have rock stars. I have people that have telenovelas.
Wow.
You know what that is?
Yes, of course.
The soap operas, the Mexican soap operas.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. So yeah, so it's so interesting.
You meet people from like all over the world.
Yeah,
much.
yeah, and their lives are so amazing, and you get a glimpse of it. Like I have a couple that just got married, and they invited me to their wedding, and they do a car for Burning Man, like a huge cart that they build it, and it's like 2 stories, and they're the DJs, and it's like, so it's really cool, to have a little piece of it, and because you're an asset to them, eventually you become a friend.
Right, long life relationships, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about your studio, or how did your location at Tarzana?
Yeah, so I'm located at Tarzana. The best way to find me will be through my website, which is servandodominguez.com. The studio, or the gym, is actually called Anytime Fitness, and it's in the corner of Tampa and Ventura.
Tampa and Ventura. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the schedule? Is it all week? How does that work?
Well, I mean, I work Monday to Saturday, and it depends on the schedule. I'm as early as 8:30 in the morning and as late as 7 p.m.
Okay.
So throughout the time.
Great. Well, thank you. Servando, I want to ask you, do you want to say anything else to our audience before we wrap up the show? Anything you want to let them know?
Okay. The best thing would be, fitness is not, anybody can become fit doing anything you like to do. All you have to do is be consistent with it. You can be fit hiking, you can be fit swimming, you can be fit playing ball at the park. You just gotta do it over and over. So find something that you like to do, and if you don't know what you like to do, get somebody to help you find it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. That will wrap up the show for today. Thank you, Servando, for being my guest. And again, his name is Servando Dominguez. He's a professional personal trainer with more than 10 years of experience. He is located at 19235 Ventura Boulevard in Tarzana. For more info, check out his website again, servandodominguez.com. Stay tuned next week for another edition of Living the Good Life. Same time, same place. I am your host, Yadira Gonzalez, signing off for KPCRadio.com.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't see the minutes and I'm like, wait, should I?